And to put this in perspective, we want to stay positive, right? To put this in perspective, right? And because I got you, you're the only one I can really vibe with about this. It's like, it's unfortunate that me and his wife and his kids don't really talk like we supposed to. Fat Joe has been one of the most loyal friends to any one of his friends in the universe. We would have had a real big, deep relationship. The kids would have been calling me Uncle Joe. They would have been in my house now. But because things took a bad turn, and the reason why I try to play the high road and not allude to the pettiness of all these stuff. Maybe she was young, maybe I was young. You understand what I'm saying? It's unfortunate and people tell me, you know, yo, this and that, and I'm tired of people telling me, yo, why you don't put his son on? His son doesn't want me to put him on. His son knows where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, God bless him. I want his son to win. We all want his son to win.
I believe you do.
It's a fact.
I believe you do.
And every time it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. And when I every time I try to big my brother up, you know, all these years later, they take shots, not down, but just people, you know, they always got some mistakes. So they make big pun block. You know, I don't want to go over there and see people that I don't get along with and go over there because for us it's real. And we don't want to go mess up the celebration. It should be celebrating him and his legacy, not starting some shit on Big Pun.
Taking away from his legacy. That's been done enough. That's been done enough. That's been done enough.
You know what I'm saying? That's been done enough.
That's been done enough.
And so when I mean, let's just keep it real. When I post something about my brother Pun, a lot of times I gotta be erasing slick comments from people that they want to talk shit about shit they don't know. It don't even gotta be about me. It could be about him. You understand what I'm saying? So unfortunate, we Well,
I'll say this. I'll say this. You know what I mean? They want to know why his legacy is ruined and why a lot of things can't occur with his name, and they don't understand that they had a lot to do with dragging him down. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, we don't want to go there too much. But yeah, unfortunately, the shit back in the day.
And again, I didn't say no names. I said they, because there's a lot of they. It's not just one they. It's a lot of they. You know what I mean?
Well, it's something that his wife once put out. I don't know what she thought it was going to do for her or him or whatever the case may be, that every time we try to get him a public block, every time we try to do something like that or get him a Nike or get him a this and this and that, people said, but look at this that his wife put out on him. And so that was part of the shit. And then me and her ain't get along, so how can I be real? You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay away. Always uplifting my brother, always uplifting him, and trying to hold his name to another standard rather than bringing him down and go into that. Me personally, I don't know. I never seen a man hit his wife in his life. But obviously,
me neither.
Video,
hey, me either.
There you go. Right? So what you want me to do? I told her when she told me one time about that. I said, listen, he had passed away. I said, I've never seen him argue with you.
Me neither.
What do you want me to do? So for anybody out there who still cares about old Terror Squad and Pun, just so that you know, we never seen him touch the woman.
Never.
And we didn't know. Like
I seen a hardworking man, a loving dad, a person that loved his family and friends and went hard for them. I've never seen that in my life. I ain't see it.
And so y'all can get an understanding. And fuck it, because we up here talking, rest in peace, Pun. But I met, so because his son is so loyal to his mom's raised him. Anybody gonna be loyal to their moms? I'm loyal to my.
We're not mad at that. We get it.
You want this son, right? So by mistake, I bump into him in the studio, and everybody in the studio says, yo, y'all two should talk. This is a jumper moment, guys who care, right? So he said, y'all two should talk. And so we go in the room and we talk. And I think what's his man was there, Scorpio or whatever. And not for nothing, Scorpio always been a cool guy, but Booby the Boxer is his real favorite cousin. So let's be clear on that one.
Booby the Boxer was Pun's favorite.
Booby the Boxer was his favorite cousin. That like stop the capping in 2022. Now, right, which Booby the Boxer, maybe 10 years after one died, I was still helping him pay his bills, still giving him training, sending him to Florida with Buddy McGirt. So, you know, I keep it real with mine. Booby the Boxer was always a real dude. He never crossed the line to this day, his family. When his mother died, I showed up to the funeral.
When Gail died?
Yes.
His mom.
When Booby the Boxer's mother died, I showed up to the funeral, paid my respect. So I always been real with whoever kept it real with me. Okay? So I go in there, and so we talking. And all I could do, Tone, is pray that you could do this for me one day or whatever if I'm not here. So I catch the kid. I said, listen, there wasn't a day that your father didn't wear a purple fur and you and your sisters ain't have a purple fur. There wasn't a day that he didn't buy a motorcycle and bought the same mini motorcycles for you.
Or the same chain. Or the same bracelet. They had watches. They had Rolexes.
I've ever seen your father without two guys. He wasn't a father running around the streets and nothing like that. There's never been a day I've never seen this man without you. Your father loves you, brother. Your father loves you. He loves you to death, and I'm here to tell you the truth.
That's a fact.
Your father loves you. He's a good man. He's this. I never seen him hit your moms. I'm sorry. I never did. I'm not saying he didn't because obviously she proved it to the world, right? So I go and I say to myself, listen, man, you know, and I just break it down to him like a real brother would, just because all his life he ain't been hearing that his father loved him, that his father was there for him. So all I could do in my 10 minutes of conversation with him in front of Scorpio was tell him the truth from my vision. Nothing but upliftment. But Scorp
is not Pun's cousin though. Scorp is not Pun's cousin. Scorp is Liza's cousin.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't want to talk like that. But
all right, we're not talking bad. I'm just saying.
I'm not mad at him, but I seen somebody post Scorp is his favorite cousin. Booby the Boxer was his favorite cousin.
And Weepy, Booby the Boxer and Weepy. Those are his guys.
Because we talking about some shit I never talked about in my life. Let me get this off. Because this is it. This is the one hitter quitter. I never, right? So I tell, the 5 minutes I catch the kid, I'll tell him nothing but the truth. Your father loved you. He was a good man. He was I think whatever a real brother would say, right? So now, 2 weeks later, his wife was suing me, right? Remember, she was suing me. By the way, she never got $1 from me. Like, I never stole from her. I never did. I don't want to go down that road, right? But when I go to the court 2 weeks later, it says, hello, people who really want to be in the Bonchinche and want to know something. It says that I bumped into his son and I threatened him in federal court of a lawsuit. Her lawyer says, yo, he saw his son, he threatened him, I never told this kid nothing but that we love him, that if it would have been any other way, he would have called me uncle, we would have been there, you know, unfortunately. You know, I showed him nothing but love. Like, I did the most loving thing you could do in the world, and in court, 2 weeks later, it said that I threatened him. So now, guys, I can't go in that direction you guys want, because the one time I did talk, it turned into a movie. It's nothing I can do. It's nothing I can do. And so, you know, they need to understand that I have tried above and beyond to just make that, you know, I never wanted to talk like that because I didn't want people to really be all in the bit. I didn't want to talk shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's still my brother. And the loyalty code, now I know. And I know, because if I was Jose Antonio Cartagena and I was a fan of hip hop and I love Big Pun and Fat Joe, and somebody would have said, Fat Joe did, shitted on his wife, I wouldn't like Fat Joe, Joseph Cartagena, Antonio. I'm gonna be honest with you. So people don't understand how deep this shit that's been going on for 20-something years goes, because I don't like it. The whole point of my whole crew, my whole existence, my whole DNA is loyalty. That's the whole point of my existence, is being loyal to my people. So when they say, yo, this and this and that, I try to take the high road and not be disrespectful. So they don't understand. And so that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, because our brother deserved a bigger legacy. He deserved to get put on a higher pedestal. He deserved to get everything, we do for all the other heroes and leaders. But every time we try to do something to uplift our brother, they bring the shit that they put out and use it against us when we try to move them forward. It's just the truth, right? And so this is why I was scared to come on here. Chris was a kid. He was a baby. Somebody said, bring him on. He was a baby. He can't tell you nothing. He was 3 years old. He don't really know. He know what his mother knows, or whatever the case may be. He don't know. He don't know. So he only know, and the daughters only know what their family told him. He don't know. He was not here. He was a baby. He was a kid. And so I'm being honest with you, right? So I wish the kid nothing but love, respect. I told on here before, we did the 20th anniversary in Radio City. I invited him to come out with Cameron, with Busta, with he could do all the Pun's verses. He refused to do it. So the guy, I spoke to his son and I said, yo, I want you to do your father's parts, come out with everybody. It's going to be a movie, Radio City. He told me, yeah, first. And then he called back and said, my mother said I can't do it. And so that's what happened with that one, right? So I don't know what to tell you, brother. And so we got to keep going over this thing, fucked up feeling to where you want to we want to throw a ticker tape parade. Nobody want to represent Big Pun like us. But
nobody ever will. Nobody ever will either.
Well, every time we do it, they want to, not just dumb, but, people who think they know half of a story or whatever they heard or whatever the case may be, want to throw some shit into it and talk about some shit they don't know about. Because when the man was here, we was inseparable.
That's a fact.
We were brothers. The man tattooed my face. We were brothers. I took care of him more than I took care of myself, Tone. I took care of him more than I took care of myself. If
you don't got to tell me.
You don't got to tell me. I would spend more money on him than I would spend on myself. I'm the boss. I'm shooting regular videos, spending all the money on my brother so he could blow, not just for us, for Boricuas, for Latinos, for hip-hop. That's what it was all about, putting them first. When 100%, the song you got with him, that's a classic. Steve Rifkin puts me on the phone and says, please don't say nothing, Joe. It's a bunch of radio guys on the phone, right? And a bunch of radio guys on the phone. And he says, don't say nothing. So they talking, it's not their fault, right? But they talking on the phone. They say, yo, we can't play this song. It's Spanish. There ain't no Puerto Ricans in Alabama. There ain't no Puerto Ricans in Chattanooga. There ain't no Puerto Ricans in Memphis, Tennessee. It might look different now with Latinos, but back in them days, there was no Latinos or Puerto Ricans down there. So I'm listening to the call. Steve Rifkin put me on the call, right? what I did? I still went and spent $600,000 in that video and shot it in New York, shot it in Puerto Rico, still put it out, still did whatever because I knew it was going to be big forever for Latinos and Boricuas in hip hop. So I spent that money knowing I'm not getting that shit back. He was gone to make sure my brother shot.
That was a good move. That was a good move, though. That was an amazing move.
A legendary move.
That was not only a good move for him, that was a good move for me. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very, very much.
What's it feel like to be in like a legendary? You know, Puerto Rican Parade ain't the same. It used to be 5 million people out there. The police found a way to shut that shit down. They shut that shit down, right? But what did it feel like when you used to hear 100% in the Puerto Rican Parade at our prime while we got the Puerto Rican bandanas?
Unbelievable. I couldn't, you know, it was so surreal, but what I couldn't believe was that I was a part of it, that I was actually on the record. So, you know, to see thousands and thousands and thousands of people at a parade just singing, you know what I'm saying, word for word, what you're singing on the record was crazy. You know what I mean? So I've always been super appreciative that Pun allowed me to be part of that record and that you pressed the button on it. You know what I mean?
You know, Pun loved you to death. He loved Prospect to death. He loved all of them. He loved Cuban. He loved Safe. He loved all of us. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy shit is that after he passed, all the shit I started hearing, I never heard that while Pun was alive.
Me
I
neither.
never heard him complain about me one time.
Me
I
either.
never heard him complain about. Never. I never heard all this shit that came out after, yo, because this and that. Yo, what are you guys talking about? Like,
I know Pun since I was 15 years old. I traveled the world with him. I went on every tour. I went to every city. I went with him to the Fat Farm. I came back with him from the Fat Farm. I never heard Pun say anything bad about you. Not me.
I never heard it. And so unfortunately, I don't know. This was news to me, brother. So maybe I was naive. Maybe I was done. Maybe I don't know. But I've never heard any. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's my brother. You know, I went to two years depression. Now I don't know if you guys out here are listening correctly, or you take this shit I'm saying lightly. This is real fucking shit. Now, if you've never been through depression, you'll never know what the
shit
fuck
is
I'm
real.
talking about.
Depression is real.
I'm talking about it's summertime and it's sunny and it looked like nighttime. I would go in the bathtub and sleep in the bathtub looking at the ceiling with no water running, right? And so I felt guilty. I felt sad about my brother wasn't here. And I punished myself. I got fat, started drinking a lot. Before that, I had never drank. Started drinking a lot. My health was deteriorating. People saw I wasn't the same. So they started testing. And you know what? The warrior in me, you know where I come from. So you know that always, you can't trust it.
You know, as your little brother,
because they always come out.
You know, as your little brother and as an individual that has always looked up to you since a little boy, you know, you did such a phenomenal job of holding yourself up and hiding it from us that, you know, I didn't know. You know what I mean? We was all going through our little depressions. You more than anybody because you lost a partner, you lost your brother, you lost, you know, we lost our brother, you lost a business partner, you lost a lifetime achievement. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I mean, like, think about it.
You did a pretty good job, bro.
Let me ask you a question they all ask me. What would have happened if Pun would have been alive still?
We'd be on top of the fucking planet. What do you mean? You guys would be...
do they know that too? Like, do they know I lost my #1 artist, the guy who was the logo of Terror Squad, and he was better than all of us. So, like...
He was the teacher. He was the teacher.
If you think Fat Joe got a 20-something year career, what type of shit Big Pun would have had with all us together besides each other, helping each other.
Amazing. Out of here. We'd
And
be
so,
the ones.
And so that's
I mean,
that
we
type-
still are the ones, but you know,
Oh no, we the ones. We the realest.
the ones.
Nobody
we the
can
ones.
talk
They don't want
about
to give it up, but we the ones.
Nah, no talk back.
You the
We
Luke
the-
Skywalker of the game, you heard?
Ain't nobody even close, bro. And I won't take that talk back. I won't take that talk back. And so here we are, 22 years. You know, you wake up every time this day come around. I like wake up, even if I don't remember the date. It's just
You feel
my
the
body
presence.
tells-
You feel the presence.
spirits, vibes. My body tell me like, yo, this a fucked up day. And then you realize, you know, one of my aunts hit me, you know, because this is deep to us. This is what people don't understand is Big Pun is deep to us. This ain't no cliche or whatever. This is our family. This is someone, not a day go by we don't talk about Pun.
That's
Good
our
or bad.
Achilles. That's our Achilles. That's our
That's our
300.
Achilles. They don't understand that. And so, not a day goes by, we don't think about it. I'll tell you some crazy shit, right? I'll tell you a story, right? So one time we do the Puerto Rican parade, right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, hip hop was created by blacks and Latinos. I need y'all to understand that. There's a new school frame of thinking saying that we were involved as a community, that they let us in, that this hip hop was created from day one by black people and Latinos. There's just no way around it. If you look at the pictures, if you look at I posted a video today with the Cold Crush and the Fantastic, like Ruby Dee and Charlie Chase and Whippy Whip. You gotta stop, right? So there's people trying to rewrite history saying Latinos wasn't a part of hip hop history from the beginning, which they do not know what they talk
Graffiti writers, break dancers.
And Fat Joe is as black as anybody you can name in the universe. I don't take no talk back. I'm the original black man, and I'm telling you, it was Puerto Rican and black. Whatever y'all want to do, whatever lies, whatever culture, whatever shit you try, not as long as Fat Joe's alive, am I gonna let somebody say that Puerto Ricans and Latinos are appropriators in hip hop music. It's not true.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. All you gotta do is go back to the you could YouTube that and see Crazy Legs killing them. You could YouTube that and see Sheena Easton and you know
but I'm not saying some shit. Anything you want to say, and yes, I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban, right? Yo, Nori said, look, hold on, Jesus.